way. Don't get left behind. Welcome to the pack. Oh!
I'm Lucy Gorrell-Barnes and we're in the paint shop of the Bristol Old Vic, which is one of the locations for my show, which is a tragic and disturbing tale of little Lupin. I began making the show as an animation. I do a lot of work with marginalised groups, socially marginalised groups like refugees, asylum seekers, gypsies and travellers. So I'm very interested in ideas and images about belonging and not belonging.
Little Lupin was not like other children. Nobody understood little Lupin. And in this story, there are wolves. And the wolves are kind.
And when I was making the animation, I thought it would be great to show this animation in a wood. And the idea for a promenade performance came out of that thought.
Do people enjoy our story more if first they've played some games?
So we filled the bottom corridor with leaves and we've gone through various different locations in the building trying to get the feeling of where the wolves in the story might be.
Excellent, yes! Oh, didn't you do well? Aren't you clever? Yes, you are.
So this idea was in its quite early stages, and I talked with Adam Gent, who at that time was one of the creative producers at Theatre Bristol, and he was really supportive of the work and really interested in it as a possible outdoor performance. And he helped me develop the work, and I then made a bid to Theatre Bristol and Bristol Old Vic, who were offering live performance commissions. As an artist who works primarily outdoors, it's really interesting for me to come into a building and into a theatre like the Old Vic and engage here, and I bring a really different audience with me. I bring a very different way of working with me, and I think there's a really healthy exchange that happens here that Bristol Old Vic has to adjust to how I work, and I learn what it's like to work in a building like this.
Ain't too close to the people. We should go back to the woods. Everyone stay together.
It's been really interesting to work in different spaces in the Old Vic, to use the back of the stalls and the plushness and the flocked wallpaper and the red velvet as part of our show, and then to go down into the corridor spaces and then back up into this big space of the workshop, the paint shop.
You have howled with the wolves. You are changed forever.
I'm really interested in how we do and don't fit in. I'm really interested how some people move easily through society and other people fall off the edges of it.
House on the edge of the woods. Nobody understood little Lupin. Little Lupin wasn't like other children.
We use a metaphor of wolves to look at what makes us feel part of the pack. And I'm really interested in bringing that kind of work into a building which is quite an institution and looking at that kind of social marginalisation here.
There's a little town, and on the edge of that little town was a little house, and in that little house lived little Lupin.
I'm really interested in what makes us feel that we belong, and little Lupin is, for me, it's about that.